Hey, it's nutritionist and maintainable weight loss coach Trisha Mandis here, and this is video 2 of my special New Year's training called The Optimal Eating Solution for Weight Loss and Longevity. Now, as I said, I'm a nutritionist, weight loss coach, been doing this work for the last decade of my life. I was even the nutritionist at the University of South Carolina, where I was the interventionist for a research study on dietary inflammation, how to lower inflammation in the body with using food. I've worked all over the country for different nonprofits, except for the last 2 years where I started coaching clients privately, where you have a 95% success rate of clients losing 1 to 3 pounds a week on average every single week for 10 weeks in a row. And I'm going to share some of the stories from my amazing clients in this video to give you some inspiration and so you know what is possible, not just for your waistline, but for your overall health and longevity, because that is just as important, if not even more important in my eyes and for the clients that I serve, because we want you living on this earth for a long time because you have a lot of beautiful things to offer. Now, if you didn't watch video 1, this is video number 2, I highly suggest you go back right now and watch that video. I deep dive into what is holding you back from losing weight long term, because I know this is not your first attempt at losing weight or trying to lose weight. I know you're figuring out what your plan of action is most likely going to be in January. So go back and watch that because it's really simple but eye-opening. You may not even realize you're stuck in this place that I talk about and the beautiful world that is out there for you. So I highly recommend you go back and watch video 1 so you have complete clarity on what you've most likely been doing wrong, so you don't make the same mistakes again. Even if what you're trying looks a little different, there's a good chance in the grand scheme of things it's really something similar, and I don't want you to get stuck in that trap again. But on this video right now, what I'm going to talk about is what results are possible when you eat optimally for yourself, especially when you get accountability, coaching, help, so you know that you're doing it the right way every step of the way, and have help to make sure that you are not backtracking and then you get to where you want to go as fast as possible. Now, the very first thing that's possible, and that happens very quickly, the top 3 things that happen within the first weekdays for my clients are these. 1, weight loss. They start to see the scale go down. The second thing that they self-report that they feel, this is also self-reported in the research because this is where all of this comes from, right? It's from the research. It's also an increase in energy and improved sleep. Now, it's clear, it needs to be clear before I continue to go into all of the amazing health benefits that come from eating optimally, eating optimal food that you really love and enjoy, is that it's about weight loss, but it's also about improving your overall health, preventing disease, and even reversing disease as possible at the same time. It is not one or the other. People make an assumption that just by losing weight that you're going to be a healthier human. That is not always true. Within the last few months, I've had 2 clients come to me who were eating a very high protein, animal-based protein, very high fat keto style diet. And both of them, even though they lost weight, suffered considerable health consequences because of it. Feeling so awful, no energy. Another one ended up with stage 2 kidney issues. And even though she lost all this weight, she lost an immense amount of weight. So I know you probably know other people who have also done diet pills, gotten speed from their doctor prescribed to them to help them lose weight, but they've had heart issues, right? Or other problems, or it made them feel worse in the long run. So there's many ways that you can lose weight that doesn't actually help your whole health. And I want nothing to do with that. We do not want to sacrifice your health, how you feel, for your waistline. And if you are willing to make that sacrifice, I'm not the right person to help you, okay? There's a lot of other places you could go get pills, shakes, that type of thing, you're most likely going to end up stuck again a few years or months down the line. So just know that at the same time. So one of the most important factors about optimal eating is this is about you losing weight, but getting healthier than you've been in a really long freaking time at the same time. So results that are possible according to the scientific literature, and then also that have happened with my clients themselves as well. So increase energy, improve sleep. These are all the natural side effects, right? That happens. And I love this because these are good side effects. They're not all the crazy crap you hear the pharmaceuticals talk about when you take a drug. Weight loss, improved blood work to the point that you can get off cholesterol medication, hypertension medication, different types of medication, your triglycerides improving, you go to the doctor, lab report, A+, right? Getting off certain medications, even if it's for arthritis, diabetes. Had multiple clients achieve those results as well. It is possible to reverse some chronic diseases. Heart disease is reversible. We know that from 2 published intervention studies. Cancer is reversible. Type 2 diabetes is reversible. Crohn's disease is reversible. A lot of autoimmune issues are reversible. Sometimes they can be improved. They can't totally be reversed. Sometimes you can stop the progression so it doesn't get any worse, so it doesn't kill you, or to prevent you from developing another disease, which is very common if you have an autoimmune disease and you don't take care of it properly with nutrition. So autoimmune diseases can be reversed as well. Increase your lifespan. I forget the exact statistic, but there's a study done with Seventh-day Adventists, and I believe by eating optimally, they live 7 years longer than the rest of the American population. Okay, so we want you living longer, but also feeling better at the same time, and that's what this is also all about. Mental clarity. You might be in like a mental fog right now, right? A lot of that lifts and goes away at the same time from eating optimally. Decreased pain. That is a huge one for people. Improved digestion. Yay! Our whole life can be changed when our bowels are functioning properly and optimally. That can really help people out there. Erectile dysfunction, totally reversible. Also the first sign of heart disease. If you can't, that is the #1 warning sign of heart disease right there. Prevent disease, right? A lot of you have family that you've taken care of, and you are worried that you might end up with diabetes or heart disease or cancer like they have, or you know that lots of people in your family have these diseases, and if you don't do something about it, that you are most likely going to end up there. So genes loads the gun, but diet pulls the trigger, as Caldwell Esselstyn always says. So just because your family may have these diseases and you may be at higher risk, it does not mean that you are doomed. There are things that are in your control, all right? So although most of my clients come to me for weight loss problems, most of them have additional diagnosis, concerns, may not be able to exercise, and that's okay. The food is the most important thing and underlying thing that we work on in order to get you to a place where you're in less pain, you're feeling better, you're off some drugs so you can start to exercise, and that will continue to help improve your health. But in no way are you doomed if you cannot move right now, or if you have additional diagnosis. It's okay. It just means there's more work to do. But at the same time, I want you to feel better emotionally, mentally, right? Because there's so much that goes on in our brains when it comes to food too. So when you are eating optimally and you see the scale going down, your clothes are getting looser, your energy is increased, you're just feeling better, some of these other emotional, mental things fall into place too for you, which it can be a huge relief and, quite frankly, a lifesaver for a lot of people. So this might be control. Control, a feeling of control with your food, your diet, also your health, what you look like. And I can't tell you how life-saving that has been for me personally, when there has been so much messed up stuff going on around in my life, good, bad, all these people doing some real messed up stuff around me that I cannot control, no matter how much I wish I could to improve the situation. But the one thing The one and only thing I have control over in my own life is the food that I put into my mouth. So when you know how to control that, and I don't mean portion sizes and that stuff, but you know you're eating the right food for you and it's supporting you and making you feel better, it gives you such a sense of control and power for yourself when you can't control the other things around you. So it can be really helpful, especially when times are really hard, right? Because it can be life sustaining for you. It's your foundation to be able to handle the rest of life and what's going on. Confidence. Not just confidence in how you look and putting on clothes and like actually going shopping again and not have to worry about whatever you just throw on, right? I know you want to be able to just throw some clothes on and just like feel good about it. And I want you to feel that way too. And you can definitely get there. But there's confidence in how you look and wearing clothes, but also confident when you're around food in social situations and around other people, whether it's at a church potluck or you're on a cruise or you're in a restaurant with friends or you're eating with family, that you're confident in the food that you are eating and enjoying. And you don't care what other people think of you because you know you're doing the best thing for you and that feels better than anything else. And also control and confidence that you know exactly how you can eat optimally in any food situation that there is. Whether you're going to Africa, one of my clients is about to go to Africa and volunteer with elephants. I'm super excited for her. She's already all prepped for optimal eating on her trip. So I'm really excited for her as well. So it doesn't matter where in the world that you are, what cultures you're around, the people you're around, but you know you have confidence and control that you're doing the right thing for you in any situation with food. And that holds a lot of people back from making a transition by themselves alone because they're like, I don't know how to eat in restaurants, or you know, they assume that they have to stop being social and they have to start cooking everything, which is not true at all. You just need help and guidance to learn how to actually do that, because we want you to be living a better life, which means being more social. That's also good for your health. We want to make sure that you don't become a hermit. We don't want to turn you into a hermit just because you're starting to eat better. That's not cool. Eating optimally can also help with ease. You're just like more relaxed because how long have you been stressing over food and your weight and health for? When you no longer have to worry about it because you're confident in what you're doing, it's like this mental weight is lifted. And I had experienced that, especially as a young woman through high school, through college, but I can very happily say for the last 10 years, and this has been one of the most freeing things about eating optimally, is I don't freaking worry about food or how I look anymore. Even when I get on these videos, I like slap a little more makeup on, but other than that, boom, here I am, you know, I am here and I am happy, and I want you to feel that same ease and that weight to not be on your shoulders and in your brain and all throughout your body either. That it can be really toxic and draining. And again, when you have that ease, you're also comforted for the rest of your life that you know you're doing the best thing for yourself. One of my clients said this when I was looking at our success page. We interview almost every single client that goes through the program and put them up on my website so you can listen to their videos, their experiences. But what one of them said is that they love eating again. And she was in her 60s, maybe close to 70s now, I forget. But it brings the joy back to eating. And you don't feel bad when you eat a lot of food. That's personally one of my favorite things, is eating a big ass plate of food and knowing it's completely good for me and it's gonna help me promote my weight goals and my health goals, and that it's not a bad thing. So when I lived in Finland, I went to grad school in Finland. I very vividly remember eating very large quantities of food there, right? Because I talked to the people at the cafeteria and they made sure that they had potatoes or rice or veggies for me all the time. So I always had one big plate of steamed veggies and then another bowl, whether it was pasta, potatoes, rice. And if you're like, oh my gosh, carbs, what? Just wait till the next video. I'll dive more into what you actually do to get these results I'm talking about today. But I very specifically remember a lot of Finnish people looking at me especially some women with their very tiny, tiny portions of food and looking at me like, what is that girl doing? And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm gonna eat all this food and feel amazing. And a lot of my students or fellow students, when I worked there, I saw them over the 2 years we were there progressively, slowly gain weight. And one person very vividly just felt so out of control, out of her body, eating what was given to her. And I continued to eat optimally in the Finnish way. And that friend of mine from school actually ended up becoming a client of mine about 1.5 years ago. And for the first time in her life, she felt confident, in control. She was no longer trying to exercise like a maniac and only eat 800 calories a day in order to reach her goals. And now she's dancing on stages, performing cultural dances. She's getting all these modeling photos done, and she's eating as much as she wants, whenever she wants, which all of my clients do. There is never calorie counting. There is never portion control. You can eat whenever you are hungry, and that is a good thing, because if you're going to do this for the rest of your life, right, and that's the goal, 10 years down, I have no desire to stop whatsoever. It's like been such a lifesaver for me, but you have to be able to enjoy the process. You cannot just be fixated on the result. If you are only fixated on the result and willing to do anything to get the result's never going to stick because you're going to be so freaking miserable all the time. So you have to love what you're eating, how you're feeling full and satiated in order for this to work for the long term and also become a lifestyle change. So in order for it to become a lifestyle change, you have to have 1, an effective eating plan, 2, behavior change, and 3, cognitive change. So I'll talk more about that in video 3. If that kind of sparks some excitement for you, make sure you stick around, because in 2 days, the video will be out in 2 days. So wherever you're watching it from now is where you can expect it to see it in 2 days as well. So those are some of the results that are possible and that my clients have achieved as well. So I want to introduce you to some of them right now. Now, if you go to my website, trishamandis.com, and you click my client successes, you can see this long list of, these are all clients, right? And you can listen to their exact stories and their exact experiences eating optimally. But I just want to introduce you to a few of them. This is Naomi. She's freaking amazing. I love this woman so much. Everyone in the program is awesome. I vet every person before they get in. So she said, before I started the program and learning how to eat optimally with me, I had pain in my lower back and knees. I couldn't sleep through the night from night sweats and hormone changes, and I was just struggling to make it through the day. I always had to take naps after work. Sound familiar? Then she says, just 2 weeks into the program, though, the hot flashes were gone. 2 weeks, bye-bye hot flashes, and my energy boosted almost instantly. And in 10 weeks, I lost 18 pounds. I literally feel like I found the fountain of youth, and it's been fun. We have fun at the same time. This should not be a drag. Making amazing, transformative changes in your life should not be awful and a drag. Here's another awesome person, Michelle, who lost 21 pounds in 9 weeks. And Michelle says, I can't believe I'm seeing results as fast as I'm seeing them after I've struggled for years. And if you struggled for years, make sure you go back and watch video 1, because I'll tell you in that video what you're doing wrong, as Michelle was. I'm just 12 pounds away from fitting into my wedding dress now since eating optimally. I'm more confident in the bedroom with my husband, and I have to buy a new bathing suit. I no longer dread wearing one anymore. Yes, that's huge for myself and for my clients. And it's not because they're a size 0 or a size 2 now. That's further from the truth. But again, it's just because they're confident that what they're doing for them is the right thing, and they're seeing and feeling results, not because they fit this image of a magazine model or any bullshit like that. I no longer dread wearing a bathing suit anymore. I'm also sleeping through the night, and I wake up rested when I was an awful sleeper for years. Again, weight loss, increased energy, improved sleep happens all the time. And one more, Tammy lost 19 pounds in 7 weeks. Tammy, I freaking miss this wonderful woman. I lost 19 pounds in 7 weeks. I'm exercising again, and I love how I feel. I haven't lost this much weight in the last 10 years, and I've tried many diets because she was stuck in the place that you might be stuck in now. I talked about in video 1. Eating optimally is easy, and I eat foods that I like. It's really life-changing, all thanks to Trish. Excuse me, my husband is even excited to eat with me, and he's excited for us too. So I'll be adding some new client stories soon to our page because I have more videos to put up, and a little screenshot of one of my clients right now, Peter, who's an amazing, amazing human being, has changed my life, as a lot of my clients have. Really hanging out with them and working through this stuff with them is the greatest joy in my life. But he lost about 55 pounds in just 4 weeks. So if you have more weight to lose, you'll lose weight faster. If you have less weight to lose, you're going to lose less weight. It kind of makes sense that way. But these are the norm for my clients. I have not had one client graduate yet who didn't lose at least a half a pound per week. As long as you're putting the work in, I'm not going to let you leave until we figure out, which is rare that we can't. So I hope this excites you and inspires you. But I know if you're watching this video, you've most likely tried a lot of different things. And the number one thing you might be scared of is that it might not work for you. And you've tried so many things already, and you, like, deep down, I know that you really want this change, but there's a part of you just that is just freaking scared out of all hell to try something new and different, or even make a serious investment in your health. So if you've never heard of this book, The Alchemist, oh my gosh, I highly, highly recommend it. It was one of my favorite books of all time. If you have a dream, there's something in there inside of you, whether it's with your health, your weight, or something even bigger than that, definitely read this book. Oh man, but there's something in this book that was said that really rings true to you if you're one of those people that is scared of trying again. Or scared of failing, really, of trying again and it not working and then feeling like a failure. So it reads, tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams, because every second of the search is a second's encounter with God and with eternity. So what that means is you worrying in your head right now about it potentially not working and about you potentially failing right now is actually scarier than you taking the freaking jump and trying it, even if it weren't to work. But again, we have a 95% success rate of clients losing 1 to 3 pounds per week. So I have no reason to think that it most likely wouldn't work for you either. So what's most important is that you realize you being caught in this place of being scared and not taking action is actually scarier than taking a leap and going for it, because you deserve to reach your health goals. And most likely you spent a lot of time and a lot of your life helping other people and doing a lot of work to help them and not yourself. So now is your time, right? Because if not now, when? So what I want to hear from you, thank you so much for watching, but what I want to hear from you right now is, what is the biggest result you want with your weight and your health, and why? Comment, tell me. I know that there's many people who probably share similar goals. And then if you like this video, please like it so I know that you like it and that other people know that they should watch it themselves. I'd really appreciate that. And share as well. And in 2 days, the next training video is coming out where I talk about how you can go about getting these results that I shared today. And if you want to watch more of the videos of my clients that I talked about, go to trishamandis.com and then click my client successes and it will take you right there. All right. So happy to be here with you. Get educated, get support, and take control, because you can get the healthy body you deserve. This is Trisha Mandis, the author of The Optimal Eating Solution and Weight Loss Coach, signing off. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night.